Guys, lately I've been making like lots of videos, but they don't seem to be uploading on the computer, and I've done it so many times that I get frustrated and I just cannot be asked to try and put them back on. So I'm gonna try later on when I got some, when I've got the mentality for it right now. As I said before, or maybe not, I can't remember, but I've got a pretty bad headache at the moment. It's been there for a couple of weeks and it's not really subsiding very much. I do things around the house to keep me occupied, because if I don't think about it, it doesn't seem to agitate me so much. I'm not exactly the best person when it comes to pain. Anyway, this is my something new. I have read a fair amount of new books recently, but this is the one I'm doing for my something new part of my challenge. And yes, I have been trying to get back into reading. I've got the whole month left to finish my challenge, and which is what I'm going to do too. I'm going to quickly just tell you that over here I have my Something Borrowed, which is just a small non-fiction book from the library. It's, still 100 or so pages, so to me it's still a book regardless of how many pages it is, really. So I decided to read that one first for my Something Borrowed. Did I say Something New challenge? Something Borrowed part of the challenge, because I need something light to transition between these two heavy books that I'm reading. This is not very a heavy reading book as in intensity, but it is pretty heavy to hold. And yeah, with my headache I can't lean down forward very far, and a whole lot of annoying things that I can't do which I really want to do, but I've been doing anyway because, well, I like reading and I like doing things around the house and I hate wasting my day. So that's the Something Blue book that I'm reading. I hope to have this finished. Well, I will have this finished by the end of the month, so look out for that and that. And I haven't really decided what my Something Old book is going to be, but I'm thinking I'm just going to tackle the Van Allen legacy, because it's been on my shelf for months now, so I really need to read it before I get on to any other books. Plus I've got 3 review books to read before May, so I've got to read them. So you're going to have a fair amount of book reviews, but it's just going to be a little bit slower than it has been at the start of the year, even though it's my holidays. So, Ink Exchange by Melissa Marr. This is the second book in the series, and what I did not know, or I did know but I forgot rather, is that while it's the second book, it is kind of a book in itself. This book takes place in the same world as Wicked Lovely, but this this novel is based around Aslan's friend Leslie and her experience with the Fae. I'll just read the back. Images clutter the page, but one tattoo set her nerves on edge. Inky black eyes surrounded by wings like shadows coalescing. Mine. The need was overpowering. Leslie looked up. This one, she said. I need this one. But the image is more than just tempting art, and it draws Leslie into a world of shadows and desire. Into the world of fairy. And see where it all begins. Wicked Lovely. I'm sorry, my cat is scratching at the door. She doesn't really want anything, she just wants attention, and it's just... they're giving me a headache too. So, about this book. Okay, I have a love-hate relationship with this one. There are some parts... what really frustrated me about this book is it would pick up and I'd be really enthralled, and then a few pages later it would just sort of bland out, and it frustrated me because I was getting into it and reading, and then something would slow down or just be a little bit too, random, and I just thought, oh, I'll put this book aside for a day or two and come back to it. I wanted to read it, but I didn't feel compelled to read it, like, straight away. So, that's a good and a bad thing. I think it really picked up towards the end, which, I guess, if you're reading a book, you want to at least have some idea of where it's going in the middle, and I did. It's just that I preferred Wicked Lovely over this one. I really did understand the characters. I really did. I felt compassion and I felt anger towards them. I felt all the emotions that I should when I read books like this. But there was just something about it that was kind of off, and I can't put my finger on it. Of course, I'm giving it like a 3.5 stars, 4 stars. I haven't decided yet. I'll decide when I put my review up on my blog. But I mean, I'm gonna definitely read the rest of the series, because the rest of the series is on my bookshelf there. And I'm definitely reading them because I actually really want to find out what happens. I think this book was more of like a transition book, and that I can mean that in 2 ways. I can mean that in Leslie's transition, and also in the transition of, between Wicked Lovely and maybe the next book. I'm guessing that they all pretty much are about different characters, right? I'm not sure. I haven't read the series. If that spoils it for me, please don't tell me, but I'm just interested to know. I don't really like, when I buy books, like, in a series, I don't go and read the back because it kind of ruins it. Because I was reading, Vampire Academy, and I got, the next 3 or so books in the series, and I was so tempted to read the back. I just knew that I had to get the books, but yeah, I wasn't going to read the back. So, I don't think I really liked any character passionately. I just felt for them. I wasn't exactly rooting for Leslie either, which is probably what annoys me about the book. Like, I felt sorry for her, but I guess I haven't so much been in that situation, but I didn't really grow up with an exactly normal childhood, I guess you can say. Like, my father was an alcoholic and things like that, and I grew up with that. So I kind of understood her story there, but I just think that she was a little bit too weak, and that's probably why I didn't like her very much. With Aslan, she's very, very strong-willed, and I know that, losing your mum and being raped and things like that just destroy a person. I mean, my sister's going through it at the moment, so it's kind of tearing our family a bit apart. But I don't know. She wasn't as strong as I'd like her to be. Even when she was, even when she was just sort of getting into the world. I hope I'm not spoiling it for anyone, but, I guess if you've read the first one, it's pretty obvious. But I'm going to shut up now because I think I'm going to ruin it yeah. But I would read it, definitely read it. Not my favourite book at all. I was just thinking about it last night, that most second books seem to fall flat for me, but then I remember that's not really the case, because the second Vampire Academy book stood out really well, and so did Masquerade and Blue Bloods. I'm thinking that the J.R. Ward books, the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, I can't remember the second one, but that was really good for me. So it's not exactly that second books fail as much, but I think in a series like this, the first book, I guess, is setting it up, and I think that the second book usually is just like a transition book between, a couple, so that's my idea anyway. But if you haven't read Ink Exchange or Wicked Lovely, go out and pick it up. I do recommend it. I would probably read it again. Maybe not this one, but I'd definitely read Wicked Lovely. So, yeah. So that's where I'm at. It's a really horrible day outside. So I'm hoping I can just get into some reading. I have a writing buddy that I have to catch up with online in the afternoon, and yeah, so I will have until then to read, and then I'll have till after dinner to read until night time. So I'm hoping I can get a good way through this one. You know, maybe at least, you know, I'm at like nearly 90 pages, so if I can get at least halfway through the book, I'll be happy. And at least start this book. So, yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and if I have said anything, just ignore me if it seems like it's a bit spoilerish. I don't think it is. I think there's enough reviews out there right now, you know, of the series, and people... I just want to give a more informed view of my book, like, you know, my opinions of the book, which is why I do it. So, that is my opinion of Ink Exchange, and I went through the whole thing of feeling like I don't know, I feel guilty about saying that this book is a little bit naffy, or not as good as it could be, but, you know, that's just my honest opinion. I can't help how I feel, and I just think it's because I've been doing that a lot with other things in life lately, so I need to bring back the opinions, bring back my opinionated nature, and really just tell you what I really feel about the book, regardless of whether I might insult people or anything like that. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching.